Now let us see how to find out resultant of many forces. Say for example some coplanar forces. As an example, let us consider a regular hexagon on which a number of forces are acting. Let this be the hexagon on which a number of forces are acting. Regular hexagon. A regular hexagon means a hexagon of edges of equal length. So let O, A, B, C, D, E be the regular hexagon, and these are the forces acting on the hexagon. 15 Newton, next one 20 Newton, next one 25 Newton, next one 35 Newton, and last one 45 Newton. All forces are in Newton. So this is the figure for which we need to find out the resultant of all these forces. Resultant of the forces, we will find out resultant using the equation resultant R is equal to square root of sigma h the whole square plus sigma v the whole square, and its direction with respect to the horizontal axis theta is equal to tan inverse sigma v divided by sigma h. So these are the equations we are going to use to find out the resultant of all these forces. Now what is sigma h? Sigma h is algebraic sum of all the sum of components of all the forces acting on this hexagon. That means we need to find out the horizontal components of this force, this 35 Newton force, 35 Newton force, and a 45 Newton force. Then we need to add it algebraically. That means you need to consider the direction as negative or positive, depending upon whether it is acting in the right direction or left direction. That means if it is acting from left to right, normally we consider it as positive, and if it is from right to left, then it is considered as negative. Now let us find out how we will calculate the horizontal components of all these forces and vertical components. For that, we will consider the first one, that is the 15 Newton force. 15 Newton. As we know, it is acting in the horizontal direction or through the x-axis. It is not having any vertical component. It is not having any vertical component. It is having only horizontal component, no vertical component. Only horizontal component of 15 Newton, that is OA. Next force is OB with magnitude 20. So what are the components? These are the components, and this is the force acting at an angle theta, an angle alpha. This is 20 Newton. Now how to find out alpha? To find out alpha, we have the equation, the total included angle in this hexagon, that means sum of angle O, angle A, angle B, C, D, E all together will be equal to 2n minus 4 into 90. That is equation where n is the number of vertices or number of angles, included angles. So here n is, we know, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 2 into 6 minus 4 into 90, and it will give you 720 degrees. 720 degrees. Again, each angle will be same in this regular hexagon. So one angle, say for example angle O, this angle O will be equal to 720 divided by 6 equal to 120 degrees. This will be one angle. We need this angle O. Another condition is that as the forces are acting along OB, OC, OD and OE, the included angle between these forces will also be same. That is, total angle is 120. There are 4 angles. Therefore, each angle will be, that is, for example, angle AOB will be equal to 120 by 4. That should be equal to 30 degree. So these are the basic data we have. So this angle alpha, I will draw it here. The force, second force 20 Newton, it will have the following components: acting at 30 degree, 20 Newton is the magnitude of the force. So this component will be obviously 20 cos 30 degree, 20 cos 30 degree, and this vertical component will be 20 sin 30 degree. Okay, so we have the first force component, only horizontal component. Second force is having two components, horizontal and vertical, and the horizontal component will always be cos 30, as this is the angle, and this will be the vertical component. Then about the 25 Newton force, this will be the components. This will be the components, and this angle will be 30 plus 30. So totally 60 degree angle. This magnitude is 25, and the horizontal component will be 25 cos 60, and the vertical component will be 25 sin 60. Okay, then coming to next force, that is 35 Newton. 35 Newton is acting in the vertical direction. That means it is only having one component, that is vertical, and no horizontal components. Okay, and also for these components, 15 Newton force, this is plus, as it is from left to right. For this also plus, this also plus, and for the vertical components, all these forces are positive. This is positive, this is also positive, this is also positive, because it is acting in the upward direction. For the last force, 45 Newton, the force is acting like this. So these are the components, vertical and horizontal components. This is 45 Newton, and this angle will be 60 degree, because this total angle is 120 total, and we know this angle will be the total angle will be 180, so the difference will be 60 degrees, so that will be 60 degrees. And for this force, 45 Newton force, the horizontal component will be 45 cos 60, and the vertical component will be 45 sin 60. And for this particular force, as we know, it is the horizontal component is acting from right to left, so this must be minus. But the vertical component is positive, because it is acting in the vertical direction, upward direction. So these are the components of all the forces. Now we need to find the sum, algebraic sum of horizontal components of all the forces, sigma h. So sigma h is equal to so what are the forces constituting sigma h? first one is 15, that is plus. Second one is this thing, that is plus 20 cos 30 plus 25 cos 60, all are plus, then minus 45 cos 60, because this force is having only vertical component. So how many forces are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4 as the horizontal components. And when you calculate this, you will get the value as 22.32 Newton. 22.32 Newton. Okay, then it will be in the upward direction also. It will be in the upward direction because the sign of the resultant is positive, plus. It is plus, therefore it is acting in the upward direction. Then to find out sigma v, we need to add algebraically all the vertical components of the forces. So for the first force there is no vertical component. For the second force we have plus 20 sine 30. For this third force we have vertical component upward direction plus 25 sine 60. For the third component only vertical component and plus. Then for the fourth force, for the last force we have plus 45 sine 60. When you calculate this, you will get it as 105.6 Newton. 105.6 Newton. So these are the sigma h and sigma v values. Now we can calculate the magnitude of R is equal to square root of, using this equation, sigma h is equal to sigma v square. We have 22.32 square plus 105.6 square, and this will give you value of 107.95 Newton as the magnitude of the resultant. Then how to find out the angle theta with respect to the horizontal axis. Theta, we know the equation, tan inverse sigma v by sigma h. So that is equal to tan inverse sigma v is 105.6 divided by 22.32. That is equal to 78.07 degrees. So if you draw this or show as a vector, it will be something like this. Angle will be 78.07 degrees and this will be 107.95 Newton. So the resultant force or resultant of all these forces will be 107.95 acting at 78.07 degrees with respect to the x-axis or horizontal axis.